Welcome to another episode of Amateur Rewrite, where this time we remember to connect this thing over here. Let's begin. Before you watch this, I just want to preface that some of the things that I mentioned here are from my last Amateur Rewrite. So I would advise you to go watch that one before this one. So yeah, now let's begin. So hopefully when you're seeing this, today is where the Snyder Cut gets released. But before we get to see the Snyder Cut, I want to take a shot in rewriting what was Justice League. Now, like I said before, this is not me trying to think that I am better than anybody at writing. This is an experiment for me as a writer to test myself. So now, let's begin. This time, the movie starts with Batman telling Barry that it's time. As we see this going on, we hear on the background that there is chaos happening outside. Barry then asks, "Are we even sure that this is gonna work?" And Batman replies, "If Victor's calculations were right, this should work. The rest is up to you." Then Barry asks, "Are we sure that there isn't anything else that we could do?" And Batman replies, "No, we can't keep hiding. He always finds us. We can't keep running, but you can." Then Barry asks, "Then when should I go?" And Batman replies, "To the very beginning, before all this, before he was brought back. May the first thing he sees is Lois. She is the key to all of this." Then we see Superman burst into the room, angry, with his black suit. Batman yells to Barry to run. So Barry starts running. As he starts running, Superman kills Batman. And after that, he goes and chases Barry. He catches up to Barry, but Barry is the Flash. He is the fastest man alive. So he just outruns him, leaving him behind, going back in time. Into that time in Batman v Superman, where we get this.
She's the key. If I do soon.
After this, we see Superman retrieving, and then we get a glimpse of what happened in the future. Darkseid made his way to Earth. We then see Steppenwolf next to the mother boxes that are already fused, but fused within them is also the body of Cyborg, dead. And now we jump to the present. Then we get to the present and we see how the Superman's death has affected the world. Just like in the movie, we get the beginning. We see the effects of Superman's death in the world, how everybody has lost hope and started fearing. And then we see Batman on the rooftops where he is trying to chase this parademon. He catches it, the parademon disappears, and we get the symbol of the boxes. That's where we start seeing the boxes and correlating them to Lex's notes. And then, Batman tries to figure out what this is, so he decides to go and search for the others. And the movie can continue the way it does. Steppenwolf arrives at the Amazon. That scene, I think that could stay the way it was. I had no problems with that scene, so I would keep that scene the way it happened in the movie, where he arrives at the Amazon and he kills a bunch of people there. He takes the box and then he boom tubes out of there. And then he arrives at Atlantis. And then we see Batman and Wonder Woman trying to get everybody together. Batman searches for Arthur Curry. That doesn't work. Then he goes to Barry as Wonder Woman tries to go to Cyborg, communicate with Cyborg. And everything happened the way it happens in the movie. But when Steppenwolf arrives at Atlantis. This is where I would change things a little bit, and it's not on how things went down, like what happened in the main core. I just think that if it's in the water, maybe the fight should be a lot better than what happened in the movie. That's one of my main takeaways from this from the original version, that the action is not too good. Like we see Batman v Superman that Aquaman is able to like projectile himself in the water, yet we see him moving slowly. I don't think that that should be the case. I think that the fight should go down very epically on the water, and that when Steppenwolf gets away, he's actually injured. So that's what I would change about this whole scene, that the fight is a lot better. It's a lot longer, a little longer than what it was there, but we get this showdown between him and Aquaman, very epic. I don't know if I said epic many times, but yeah, that's what I would change there, to have more impact, let the battle have more impact. And then Steppenwolf leaves with the mother box, but he's injured. And then, well, that's where Batman talks to Barry, Wonder Woman talks with Cyborg. They get called by Gordon. They figure out where people have been abducted to. Everything happens the way it does this time, since Aquaman almost got out from the fight with Steppenwolf with an epic fight. This time I don't mind that he just shows up in the end to help them escape the waters, since we've seen him before, and this was like a nice rest to him. So yeah, we see everything go down. They go over there, they save the people, they get out, they now form the team, and as they're discussing what to do, they decide to go to Superman's grave to find their motivation as a team, as hope for them to work together. And as they are leaving, they start hearing a sound. It coming from the ground. Then the ground around Superman starts pulsing and resting, and then they decide to take the body out. When they excavate the body out, Cyborg runs an analysis of the body. He runs a full scan, and then they realize that the body is trying to regenerate, but the kryptonite is not allowing him to. So they decide to take him to the ship and try to help him come back to life with the mother box. After this, we get kind of the same dialogue between them. Diana asks them if it's right to do such a thing. Like, we don't know if he's gonna come back being the man he was before. Barry references Pet Sematary, and then as Diana says that, Batman then takes a minute to think, and then he calls Alfred. He's like, Alfred, I send you some instructions. Go now. And Alfred says, on my way, sir. Then they arrive at the ship. They placed Superman's body in the water. Then they try to turn on the ship. The ship has no power, so they try to use the mother box to turn the ship on. As they turn the ship on, the body recognizes that there is a body, a Kryptonian body, Kal-El. And then it starts like a recovery process. This recovery process puts a suit, the black suit, around him to help him recover. And then we see the water starts turning green as it cleanses his body from the kryptonite. And then he wakes up, he goes flying. We get the fight at the monument. Then we realize that what Batman told Alfred to do was to get Lois so that he can see Lois there for the first time. And that's when Superman snaps back to reality. He takes Lois, they fly away, and then Steppenwolf makes his way with the third mother box. Steppenwolf then tries to fuse the mother boxes, but the mother boxes don't want to fuse together. Why? Well, because there is still a part of the mother boxes in Cyborg. And then the mother boxes send out a signal that calls to Victor, but this makes him a target too, since Steppenwolf can sense the signal and where it's coming from. Cyborg then feels this signal and warns the others that Steppenwolf is coming. So now the plan divides into protecting Cyborg and looking for the mother boxes. They get attacked by parademons and they decide that they can't run since Steppenwolf can sense them wherever they are. So they decide to go straight to the mother boxes. And after arriving there, the battle begins. Superman is still having his moment with Lois and his mother, but he's already on his way. But before he goes there, he makes a stop to see Alfred to ask him where are they. So Alfred tells him and he gets on his way to there. When we see them fighting, we see Wonder Woman is taking care of Steppenwolf, Barry is evacuating the city, and Cyborg and Batman are taking care of the parademon. Then Steppenwolf starts taking the advantage and goes straight to Cyborg. Then Batman calls in Barry and Aquaman tells him to bring it to him. So Wonder Woman helps Steppenwolf get away from Cyborg while Barry zooms in and grabs Cyborg and takes him to the ocean while Steppenwolf is following them. They take him to the ocean, he takes Steppenwolf into the water, and then he takes him deep down for a round 2. And while he keeps him there, Barry takes Cyborg back to the mother boxes to try and separate them. We get an epic but shorter fight between Aquaman and Steppenwolf until Steppenwolf says, "You're wasting my time. I got them right where I want them." So he boom tooms away. As they start to separate the mother boxes, Steppenwolf arrives, rips Cyborg in half, and as he's about to feed him into the mother boxes, Superman arrives, punching him, getting him away from Cyborg. They then help Cyborg get back together and keep doing his job to separate the mother boxes. And as Wonder Woman and Superman take care of Steppenwolf, Barry and Batman are taking care of the parademons. After this, Cyborg requests for Superman's help, and then Aquaman radios in, "Go, I'll take care of him." As we see him arriving on a huge wave covering Steppenwolf, and then Aquaman and Wonder Woman are taking care of Steppenwolf. Then Superman helps Cyborg separate the boxes. Then they finish it. Steppenwolf gets fueled with fear, and then the parademons take care of him, and then the fight. And then everything goes back to normal. Like everything, we get the resolution of everybody's life for now. And that's the end. So yeah, this is my way that I would write this movie. Keep in mind that I don't know exactly what Zack Snyder has planned for the movie. This is just me looking at the movie that we got and try to make the best out of it. So yeah, if you like anything that I said in here, if you like my rewrite, well, tell me what you liked about it down below. I still haven't seen Zack Snyder's cut, so but if you have seen it, tell me if his was better. Probably, yeah. If you like the original over my version, or if you like my version over the original, or if you like some stuff over the other, like from one from the other, then tell me down below. Now, when all is said and all is done, I hope I'll see you on the next upload.